people and are heroes. And so somebody in Austin, Texas watches that show, NYPD Blue and all those other shows, and then now they call the cops on you when they see a gun case because they think guns are illegal. They think TV's real. One example, one small microcosm, and there's other ways that they do that. You know, the guy's a child molester. He owns guns. He also beats his wife, and he's ugly. You don't want guns. You don't want to be him. But the sharp, good-looking young cop, she's going to get him, and, you know, she sits there and tortures him to get the answers to save the kids, and you know, thank God that person ratted them out that they had a gun. You know, it's just oh, yeah. See, it's just all for these weak-minded people to suck them into this. So they want to control your mobility with face-scanning cameras and DMVs and everybody, car rentals, hotels, to get a job, to buy alcohol. Now, to use a credit card, they want to see your ID. Now they're swiping it. They have big consortium meetings saying they're getting people ready to thumb scan and biometrically face scan to buy and sell for identity theft because they know their cybersecurity rules and digitization of everything actually creates more of the theft. The government even admits that. But again, they create more of a crisis to offer more of their solution. And so they glorify all these tattletale squads. And you heard the guy earlier, and I've even seen their own documents where Walmart and Target really is another Pentagon front company. Their main business is actually security, surveillance cameras, data mining. Target stores are only one part of their division out of Minnesota. It's a Pentagon front. And they admit they're watching you, and if you grab your kid by the arm in the store, you'll wonder why cops are there and CPS is there 5 minutes later. They also get kickbacks of that money. Target gets a lot of money, so does Walmart. One of their main profit centers is that. The USA Today reported 4 years ago that in a headline, scofflaws get caught ordering pizzas. The big three pizza companies that have over half the U.S. market and more were joining it at the time through a private Dallas consortium. Again, the globalists always privatize all their data mining and police state, but they're companies that nexus in with government so the private people out of government can then go into private industry and actually make money off the police state grid mandated by government. And the thing was that whenever you call to get a pizza, they know that's your real address and your real name. So when they're running your credit card name, that's run through a NCIC criminal police database. So instead of a pizza, you get a SWAT team. Now, that was 4 years ago. And they said they've been doing it for 3 years before that. So that's 7 years they've been doing that. You starting to understand the control grid here, ladies and gentlemen? Who's just in there going, whoa. Yeah, Google scofflaws ordering pizza. And then you'll get USA Today, and it'll explain. And that's just one I plug a lot every few months so people can look at that. I think that's particularly egregious for folks to understand it. Okay. When you buy stuff at Valero gas stations, they run your card for beer or cigarettes. They're going to phase it in everywhere for all products. That's run through a database. Everything, folks. It's all, yeah, there it is. Missouri tracks scofflaws via pizza delivery databases. And that's just an article about, I notice they always talk about it with one state to make people not get alarmed nationwide, introduce it. This is nationwide, you learn in the article. But you introduce it as it's only one area and not going on all over the place. They always say, oh, it's just a trial program. Oh, it's just the beginning. But you read here, they admit it's run out of Texas with the feds. It's nationwide. It's dinner time. You're hungry and tired, so you pick up the phone and order your favorite pizza. But you might have just landed yourself a lot more than pepperoni and cheese. If you have fines, fees, or the courts, the phone call may have provided the link the state needed to track you down and make you pay. That's AP, and that was 2004, 4.5 years ago. There you have it. And again, there's thousands of this. It's just everything totally integrated. They admit it, not even me connecting the dots. It's all stated. And once the full grid's in place, you have more than one kid, they're going to come CPS the kid when it's born or abort them and blow your head off the next time. And they got devil dog cops ready to rock. I mean, it's just total hell is upon you, folks. You need to know that. The churches are going to tell you, lay down, that's the end of the world. But everybody's going to be here while this is happening, thinking it's the end of the world laying down. Now, remember, I told you this 13 years ago. I had state reps on 10 years ago, federal reps on 6, 7 years ago. And now it's been declassified. It's been all over the news that for 36 years, worldwide, in every IMF World Bank-controlled country, from Russia to Australia to England to the United States to Germany, blood is taken at birth for 36 years. Globally, it started in an international secret agreement. Blood is taken and put in a DNA database and is sold to private biotech companies who then license and register your DNA type, so when you want gene therapy later, you got to pay them for your own blood. It's also used so they can frame you with the blood they take. It's also used so they can track you, and so they can make race-specific bioweapons for you individually if they want. And they now admit for at least 10 years, they have laboratories that in one day can make a bioweapon which will only kill you, or down to any subderivation or somebody that's 10% African from a certain area of Africa and a mix of Native American, they can kill you. Anything they want, they can kill you. They already have it. This is total full-spectrum dominance, New World Order style. This is what they brag about. It's why it's so funny to them. They're going to orderly put in the control grid, and then they're just going to start the slaughtering. All the killing and cancer you've seen so far is just the beginning of the soft kill operation. Most of the cops, military listening, you're already dead. They've already implanted you. I mean, with the cancer viruses, which are hormonally, have hormonal fluctuation triggers, where when you have a certain hormonal fluctuation, on average around retirement, you'll be dead. And I'm sorry they murdered you. I'm sorry they've murdered most of us. But before we die from their soft kill attack, now that we're aware of it, we can do damage to them and save others and keep this iron grip from being able to make it all the way through. And I've gotten to 0.4 of about 100. And I'm telling you, folks, it just goes on and on. DNA, medical mafia, telling you it's the law, you got to take shots. Now saying 60-plus shots are mandatory from just 10 when they're not mandatory. Trying to force injections on everybody. When you go in to have a baby, they say, do you have enough money? Is your husband mean to you? They ask the husband to leave the room, and they're entering into the Health Department database. Everybody's a spy. The census is now going to be yearly and then monthly. The feds have announced it. They're getting GPS of your door, coming to your house and threatening you if you don't answer hundreds of questions. Totally a violation of the Fifth Amendment. Total tyranny. They admit it's for drones, police, and federal police to know right where your doorstep is. Under law, they want to make you monthly answer questions. Total police state. The Department of Homeland Security reports where they... How am I going to cover all this? I got Webster Tarpley coming up. I could do this in 3 or 4 parts, I guess. I mean, folks, I haven't even gotten into it yet. I mean, believe me, everything I'm saying is on record. I haven't even scratched the surface of the slave grid. You understand? They're killing all of us, including those of you that served them. Don't laugh.